Hello and a very warm welcome to the great city of Vancouver, Canada. Tonight from a rainy Canada field, the crowds have still showed up to Vancouver Legion football. Two teams with identical records and playoff aspirations clash tonight north of the border in a cold and rainy atmosphere in Canada Field. Good evening, I'm your play-by-play commentator Michael Cirillo, and joining me in the booth tonight is Jeremy Vega. Good evening, Jeremy.
Hey, Michael, good to be here. Very excited for this game. As you mentioned, two teams just on the outside of the playoffs looking in, both coming in on win streaks. And in a rainy game, this should be a really nice smash-mouth football game to watch.
You had rosters scrolling across your screen. We'll go more in-depth into those rosters as the game continues right now. We're going to go down to the field for the kickoff, and it looks like we've got some color-on-color uniform action tonight. It should help us in the booth with these rainy conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. That yellow is going to help stand out through the rain.
It looks like the Vancouver Legion win the toss. And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Simulation Football League on YouTube. So now we are just about ready to go. The kicker for Vancouver, Ashley Finch, has the ball on the tee. Her hands in the air, and it's game on here in Vancouver. A short kick fielded by Sean Harrelson will bring it back to the Sioux Falls 36, and that is where the Sparrows will get their offense going for the first time. Let's take you through the Sioux Falls offense. Quarterback Julian Tyree, running back Colin Hart, wide receivers Sean Harrelson, A.J. Warren, and Riley Porter. In the tight end is Craig Hearn. They'll line up first and 10 at their own 36, going right to left in this first quarter of play. Power formation. On first down, only a single wide receiver. Handoff goes to Hart up the right side, sheds one tackle, and then gets taken down after a gain of 4. And you mentioned it off the top, Jeremy. Both of these teams coming in with win streaks, but Sioux Falls, it's been impressive what they've done the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. To turn their 1-4 season into a 4-4, coming off 3 games in a row where they've won, and won pretty impressively at that.
Tyree, plenty of time in the pocket, throws deep over the middle, caught by Harrelson across midfield and down to the 31. Rain not stopping the Sparrows from making big plays through the air early, and that essentially flips the field from their original starting position.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting tonight to see how many times both teams will actually air it out with this rain. Typically when it's raining, you just want to give it to the halfback and let them do their thing.
Right now, Tyree not afraid, and he's going to pass it again over the middle. That pass is complete. A.J. Warren picks up his first catch of the game. Here is the Vancouver defense. Mark Lopez and Gus Schultz are the safeties. Jimmy Legion and Dante West the corners. Levant Irvine and Frank Champion the linebackers, trying to stop this dynamic Sioux Falls offense from winning today's game. And it's 2nd and 1 after the 9-yard gain on first down. Tyree back to pass again. Pressure coming. He gets it out to Hart. Hart makes a man miss, trucks over a man, and gets the first down up to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and this is something you're going to see all night from the Sparrows, is the dump-offs to Colin Hart in the flats. Colin Hart coming in today's game as the #1 receiving back with 85 receptions and 515 yards. He also leads this team in receptions and yards,
but does not have a receiving touchdown yet in this game. Here's Tyree, plenty of time, good protection for him. He's going to dump it off again to Colin Hart. Colin Hart uses the stiff arm, it'll pick up 6 yards. Frank Champion eventually had to bring him down.
Yeah, and that's one of the good things about throwing to Colin Hart as a flat is once he gets going, he's really tough to bring down. He's got the power to stiff arm you and run through you. He's a great runner as well. He is the reason the Sioux Falls Sparrows have climbed back into things as far as postseason relevance.
12 rushing touchdowns on the season for Colin Hart. Tyree to throw again, 2nd and 4. And he's going to pitch it out there to the near side and pick up a yard or two.
Yeah, good job by the Vancouver defense. They've held them to 3rd and 4. They're backed up into their own red zone, and it'll be a big-time stop for them if they can get the Sparrows offense off the field.
Miles Portis made the catch on the previous play. Now 3rd and 4. Vancouver defense trying to hold the Sioux Falls offense to just a field goal attempt here. Here's the handoff to Hart on 3rd down. Got room up the middle, and he's going to make it there. Past the first down marker, past the 10 and down to the 8. He was hit pretty hard in the middle by Frank Champion, but he gets the first down nonetheless.
Yeah, great run by Colin Hart to use that power to pick up the first down when he was met right there. And good job by Frank picking up the tackle before Colin Hart walked into the end zone.
Heavy formation, Colin Hart, the dot of 3 in the backfield on 1st and goal. He's going to get it, run right side, slip a tackle, move towards the right side, pylon, power forward, and he's going to go into the end zone. Put it on the board. Nobody stops Colin Hart from touching pay dirt.
Yeah, and picking up his 13th rushing touchdown of the season, Colin Hart capitalizes on this tremendous drive by the Sparrows on their opening drive, coming out here on the road against Vancouver's pretty good defense.
A little bit of rain, no problem for the Sioux Falls offense as they put together an efficient drive covering 70 yards, just under 70 yards, and a touchdown on their opening drive. Sammy Prefontaine up to attempt the extra point. And what's impressed me so far, Jeremy, is Julian Tyree. Even in these adverse conditions, he was perfect on that drive.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what he does, coming into the game with 75% completion, which is number 2, just behind Ron Cochran. You know, that's one thing you can definitely count on Julian Tyree is his accuracy, and like you said, even in the rain, he's still doing his thing.
The SFL is presented by APM Music, Production Music Library, and Custom Music House, and brought to you in part by Extraordinary Everest, heartfelt messages on the most extraordinary place on Earth, Bit Central and Fuel, transforming SFL media in 2019, and Harry's, all you need for a close, comfortable shave. And we thank our corporate sponsors for everything they do for the SFL. Returned on the play by Chris Braun for Vancouver up to their own 28-yard line. And here comes Tom Pepper, who will try and match the quick start by the Sioux Falls offense with one of his own.
Yeah, and he's going to need it against this Sioux Falls defense, who's only allowing 248 passing yards per game, which is 6th best in the league right now.
Gonna run it with Sanchez off the right side, pick up 3 yards. Here is the Vancouver offense rundown. Quarterback is Tom Pepper. Running back who just carried the ball is Yvonne Sanchez. Wide receivers are Chris Braun, Brett Killian, and Mickey Martino. And the numbers coming into this game look pretty even. I'll finish my point after the 2nd down and 7 from the Vancouver 32. Wearing blue tops and gray bottoms tonight. Sanchez gets the ball again, and he's going to lose a yard. Back to the 31-yard line. Jason McGee brought him down. And my point is, if you look at the points scored and given up per game, Sioux Falls scores 25, gives up 24. Vancouver scores 25 and gives up 22. Now on 3rd and 8, Pepper going to be forced to pass. He's going to throw out to the near side. The ball is tipped and almost intercepted. Chris Broad having to play defense there against Jay Ringgold and A.J. Levy. That ball could have been going back the other way.
Yeah, and Vancouver, you know, they're going to catch a break here. I mean, they didn't pick up the 3rd down, but they also didn't give up that interception, and that's where the wet ball is going to come into play. Going to make it a little harder for some of these defenders to make the catch because they already don't really have the best of hands just to begin with.
I do apologize. The player that almost made the interception on the last play was the rookie John Barnhart, one of the standout players on the Sioux Falls defense. I get the feeling I'm going to be doing that a lot tonight. Here's the punter for Vancouver, Jess Johnston. Stands at her own 20-yard line and gets the punt away. And a return coming out up to the 37-yard line. Riley Porter doing the returning duties for Sioux Falls tonight. A 3-and-out for Vancouver, and the Sparrows will try to add to their 7-0 lead for their own 37-yard line. Another heavy set. Should be seeing those a lot this evening. 2 in the backfield, nobody out wide, but Tyree going to pass anyway. Wait for the play to develop. Go over the middle. That pass is caught in the face of traffic. A brilliant catch on the play by Ashley Anderson. It's a fullback making a catch down the field. First down and more up to the 46.
Yeah, and Tyree not even missing a beat, coming out here on the first play of their second drive, just firing one right over the middle to their fullback, I believe, who's who tends to get involved in this offense just as much as the tight ends when it comes to the passing game.
Mark Lopez made the stop, but we're past midfield into Vancouver territory at the 46, first down and 10. Just over 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Sioux Falls with a 7-0 lead and looking to add to it. Tyree hit as he throws, floats one out there, but that is still caught, and 7 yards picked up by Riley Porter on the far side.
Yeah, great throw by Tyree. Schoen is actually getting the ball over to Porter, and then great job by Jimmy Lagone closing in on the defender and making the tackle so he doesn't pick up anything extra.
Second down and 3. Sioux Falls in their first 2 drives tonight really prioritizing first down yardage, setting up second and third manageable. Tyree over to the near side this time. That pass is complete. Give a first down to to Portis, rather. Miles Portis making his second catch up to the Vancouver 34.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot of Miles Portis coming out of the flats, or coming into the flats from the tight end spot in the Sioux Falls offense. They love to get their tight ends involved.
First and 10 at the 34. Vancouver hasn't really shown that they can stop Sioux Falls yet tonight. Here's Colin Hart. His first run of the drive will pick up 1 yard. It's tough sledding in there against this Vancouver front line. Levant Irvine makes the tackle.
Yeah, and both these teams have a good set of 2 linebackers that they really rely on in pass and run coverage, and they both do a really great job, both pairs.
So whichever linebacker core steps up tonight is going to be really important. It's floated over the middle and incomplete. It was intended for for A.J. Warren, and it was thrown a little bit behind him as Irvine was applying the pressure in the backfield.
Yeah, a little behind is correct, and in this type of weather, you're going to have to really put that ball right into the defender's area, or to the receiver's area, so you can try to make a catch, because those fancy catches may not be happening tonight.
This is the worst situation that Sioux Falls has found themselves in down and distance-wise tonight. It's 3rd and 9. Tyree, 7-step drop, looks to the near side. It's tipped and incomplete. Out there in the one-on-one coverage is Wallace. And he knocks the ball away and is going to force the punt out of Max Boholt.
Yeah, that's a great answer by this Vancouver defense. Going down 7 early, having a 3-and-out by your offense, being forced onto the field real quick, and just able to put your foot in the ground and make the stop and force Sioux Falls into a punt.
Boholt looking to pin Vancouver deep, punting from inside the 50-yard line, and that bounces at the 10 and will just roll straight into the end zone. It's not an easy job for punters to do the coffin corner at the best of times, but when your vision is so obscured, it makes it almost impossible.
Yeah, obscured, and when that ball hits the wet grass, you don't really know what's gonna happen. I mean, it could just take the weirdest of bounces.
Second drive for the Vancouver Legion tonight. Haven't had a first down yet. Still looking for it. From their own 20-yard line, offset eye, single receiver left. It's going to be another run to Sanchez, and he's barreled up and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. The defense was ready for it. There's Levy again with his second tackle of the game.
Yeah, and based off statistics in this weather, Vancouver's going to want to run the ball, but they're coming into into the game with the 17th ranked rushing, averaging 75 yards per game, and Sioux Falls has the 5th ranked rushing defense, only allowing 92 yards per game. And Vancouver is going to have to either get the run game going or be effective in the pass game despite the rain.
Second time we've seen that safety blitz work to perfection. Now Pepper throws out there to the far side. Give 4 yards to Brett Killian, who makes his first catch of the game. And it'll be 3rd and 7.
Yeah, and when we're talking about the passing attack, Brett Killian is Vancouver's guy. I mean, he's been one of the best receivers. He's ranked 5th in receptions, 4th in yards. He's got 6 touchdowns on the season. They're going to have to look to him in these clutch situations, and this will be a good example of where they go.
Second straight 3rd down and long. Trips left, single right. Pepper with a 7-step drop. Plenty of time. Throws deep over the middle into double coverage, and it's picked off. How about the first quarter that the Sioux Falls defense is having?
Yeah, great interception, and by none other than probably the best defender in their secondary, A.J. Levy, picking up his 2nd interception on the season. And as you said, it's been a great hot start by this Sparrows team defensively and offensively as well.
How about A.J. Levy? 2 tackles for loss and now an interception, and we're still got over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Beautiful field position now for the Sioux Falls Sparrows. Tyree back on offense, dances in the pocket, throws it out there, and it's knocked away. He really had nowhere to go with the ball, and he threw it right in the face of Dante West, and it was lucky it wasn't going back the other way.
Yeah, real close. Looks like Dante West kind of lost track of the ball, but he was able to make a 180 pass deflection. Great play by him, and we'll see if this Vancouver defense can hold strong and force the Sparrows into a field goal.
2nd down and 10, heavy set. Tyree under center, 7-man front, and here comes 6 of them for Vancouver, but Tyree stands in, dumps it off over the middle, and a barreling forward for a first down inside the 15. How about that second effort run by J.J. McGee, the 2nd-string tight end?
Yeah, tremendous effort by the 2nd-string tight end. He's not going to get a lot of looks, so he's going to have to make do with what he does get, and he absolutely does it right there. Just making it real tough on these Vancouver defenders to bring him down as he picks up a first down to keep this drive going.
And that's the last thing you wanted to see if you're the Vancouver defense. You were just about to possibly get a 3-and-out off the turnover and force a field goal, but now it's 1st down and 10, 15-yard line. Tyree in the pocket, throws to the end zone, and a diving catch is made by Sean Harrelson. Put it on the board. The lead is 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, great catch by Sean Harrelson. That one looked to be a little underthrown, and he was still able to make the play, and now he's got his 2nd receiving touchdown on the season, and he's put the Sparrows up 2 possessions early in this game, and the Vancouver Legion down at home are going to have to try to respond here when they get the ball back.
It's been a fast start for the Sioux Falls Sparrows. 2 touchdowns out of 3 possessions, and Vancouver doesn't even have a first down on their offensive side. Everything clicking for the boys in yellow and black tonight. Extra point up and through. 3 minutes, 8 seconds to go. First quarter. Sioux Falls 14, Vancouver nothing. This is the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube. Stay with us. And I want to give a quick shout out to Mark Lopez, who is helping us out on live stats tonight, making sure we have all of our numbers correct for you guys in the chat. Speaking of the chat, quick chat shout out: Sniper Eagle Eye, Jason 1347, AJ Levy, Sonic02, John Boy 26, Mark Lopez, and many more watching us tonight on the SFL Network on YouTube. We are glad you are spending your Sunday, or rather Monday, evening with us. I keep thinking it's Sunday.
Yeah, it's been a long weekend. Great SFL action, and we got 4 games around the league tonight. If you're popping in and out, welcome to our game.
And we'll get you all the updated scores from around the league in the middle of the third quarter. You gotta wait for the score stream out-of-town scoreboard for that. But here is Sanchez again. He'll get a yard on first down, and something isn't quite clicking so far for the Vancouver offense.
No, I mean they're not being very effective on the ground game, and their pass game has resulted in an interception and a couple incompletions. I'm not sure what they're going to have to do, but they're going to have to figure it out quickly and avoid another 3 and out.
Offset I single, receiver left, Pepper under center, will drop back to pass. Plenty of time in the pocket. Now coverage breaks down and he's got to check it down. And Sanchez will lose a yard. Back to the original line of scrimmage, it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and Sioux Falls, you know, since I've been in the league for the last couple of seasons, they've been known for their defense, and their defense has always been one of the best. And you know, they've been slowly improving and rebounding from their rough start in the season, and now it seems like they're peaking right now, and they're one of the hardest teams to play against. And for reasons right there that you just saw, their closing speed.
Pepper throws it out to the far side, but Chris Braun cannot turn it upfield. He's going to be 4 yards short of the first down, a second 3 and out in 3 drives, and the interception sandwiched in between. It hasn't been the greatest first quarter for Vancouver.
No, not at all, but good thing for Vancouver is we're still in the first quarter. If your defense can make a couple of stops, you can allow your offense to climb back into this one. There's still plenty of time to go in this game, and Vancouver's a team that doesn't quit.
Ashley Finch, or rather Jess Johnston, the punter, gives it a nice boot out to the 30, and Riley Porter won't be getting much of anything. He'll pick up 1 yard on the return to the 31. And that's where Sioux Falls will start the next drive. 1 minute and 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Sioux Falls holding a 14-0 lead over Vancouver.
Yeah, I'm thinking Vancouver's going to have to, they're going to have to watch Colin Hart and watch these tight ends, because that's kind of what's been killing them.
Tyree to pass. He's going to sling it over the middle into the soft zone and get 10 yards and a first down. Easy as you like. Riley Porter picking that one up. And it seems that Vancouver's been playing too much in the deep zone, and they just hit him across the middle and out to the flats, and there's nobody there covering the receivers.
Yeah, and that's what makes the Sioux Falls team so dangerous. When you know they have the weapons to go deep, and then when you play back on them, they're just going to hit you with the tight ends and Colin Hart in the flats, and just kind of lull you to sleep until they go big on you again.
Speaking of Colin Hart, he picks up 6 yards on the swing pass, the outside, and padding those receiving stats that you talked about earlier in the broadcast, and it'll be 2nd down and 4 from the Sioux Falls 47. 50 seconds left to go and counting in the first quarter. Tyree under center. Short drop, pressure in his face. He gets the pass away underneath it. It's another first down. Needed 4, got 5. And it's another pickup for J.J. McGee, the tight end, his 2nd first down catch of the game.
Yeah, and Sioux Falls working that little 3-yard hook route to their 2nd-string tight end, and he's doing a tremendous job of just bringing it in, turning upfield, and picking up extra yards.
1st and 10 across midfield to the Vancouver 47. 8 seconds left to go. This will be the last play of the first quarter. It's going to be a pass out to Warren, and Warren will pick up 4, get knocked out inbounds, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. It's been all Sioux Falls here so far. We've still got 3 quarters left to go for Vancouver to make a comeback. This is the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube. Stay with us. Back at Canada Field for the 2nd quarter. Tyree to Hart, plenty of room to run. Gets 1-man miss, makes a 2nd-man miss, and gets a first down to the 36-yard line. Nobody can stop number 22 so far this evening.
Yeah, nobody can stop Colin Hart, and it seems nobody can stop Julian Tyree's accuracy. Interesting stat, through 1 quarter, Julian Tyree has more completions than Tom Pepper has passing yards. And that's going to be something Vancouver's really going to have to turn around if they want to climb back into this one. And it's definitely going to start here on defense.
Well, if your offense is never on the field, you can't get anything going right now. Here's Tyree over the middle. That's another completion in double coverage, no less. Give him 10 yards and a first down. Riley Porter makes another catch.
Yeah, and Sparrows, man, their game plan so far offensively has just been perfect. I mean, they're working the flats when the defense is dropping deep, and when the defense is spread out in zone, they're just going right over the middle of these slant routes. It's absolutely just gashing the Vancouver defense and picking up first downs.
Tyree, the shotgun this time, flares it out to the far side. That pass is complete. First down and more, down to the 10-yard line. First down and goal. Who else? Colin Hart makes the catch out of the backfield and puts the Sparrows in another great position to put more points on the board.
Yeah, Colin Hart, just in his second season, has become not only one of the most dangerous running backs, but one of the most dynamic with his receiving abilities. And he's probably just a top 5 running back when it comes to all-around performance. And he's got a tremendous career ahead of him. And he's been starting off really well in his first season and a half.
It's high praise coming from a man who really knows his running backs. Handoff, Hart up the middle, cuts it back, and then is tackled after a gain of only 4. And of course, Jeremy Vega has the fantastic Jared McChesney over there in Denver. And despite dropping a barn burner of a game this week, the Nightwings are still bossing the league so far.
Well, I appreciate all of those compliments. We're trying here. It's never easy in the SFL game to game.
Second down and goal from the 6. Sioux Falls looking to extend their lead. Tyree going to the end zone in double coverage, and it's caught for the touchdown. Is it? No, it was dropped. I thought it was caught, but it's hard to see through all the rain. A.J. Warren looked like he made the catch in double coverage, but it was well defended out there.
Yeah, well defended, tight coverage by Vancouver, and if they don't want to go down 3 possessions this early in the games, their defense is really going to have to hold strong here and force Sioux Falls into a field goal. 3rd and goal
from the 6. Tyree back to pass. Tyree to the back of the end zone. Did he get his feet down? Oh, he did! What a beautiful catch! Put it on the board. Sioux Falls up by 3 touchdowns now, and you won't find a better catch than that all season.
Yeah, great job by Julian Tyree looking off the safety and then quickly look into the corner to find Riley Porter, and he puts a dot, and Porter able to bring it in and get his foot down. And now Sioux Falls is about to be up 21-0 pending the extra point, and this is a statement coming into Vancouver.
I am calling it right now. Catch of the year. There was maybe 2 inches between Riley Porter's foot and the out-of-bounds line, and he stuck the landing with style as the extra point goes up and through. 21-0 Sioux Falls over Vancouver.
Yeah, Vancouver, they're gonna have to make some adjustments right now. Not at halftime. They got 9 minutes before halftime. They got to do something different to climb back into this game. Otherwise, it's gonna be over early. And as I said before, Vancouver doesn't quit, so I wouldn't expect to see anything else other than fighting hard to get back into this one.
Vancouver won a wild game last week, 30-27 over Tulsa. And they're looking to get back into this one, but it's going to be a long road. As I mentioned earlier, Vancouver's defense only gives up 22 points a game, so any more scoring from Sioux Falls breaks that average. Here is Pepper, 1st and 10 from his own 27. He'll drop back to pass, throw over the middle, and that is caught over the middle in double coverage, and they'll go up near midfield. Brett Killian makes the catch. A.J. Levy made the tackle. But the big BK gets a big first down, and would you believe it, it's the first down for the Vancouver Legion in the ball game.
Yeah, not something you normally see out of an SFL team. But great job by Vancouver. Great pass by Tom Pepper. He's known for his accuracy as well. He's completed 73% of his passes. That's good for number 5 in the league. So you can't count out Tom Pepper in this passing attack. And they have the ability to climb back in it through the air. They just got to avoid these turnovers.
Looking to break into Sioux Falls territory for the first time. Goes to the far side. That pass is complete. It's Brett Killian again. He wins the one-on-one battle. Goes up and snags the ball away. And it's another big first down for Vancouver. 2 in a row.
Yeah, and this is why Brett Killian is so dangerous. He can beat double coverage. He can beat you in the jump ball. He's a great route runner. He is the weapon for Vancouver this season, last season, every season he's here and well into the future. I'm gonna guess, but great job by him. Great throw by Pepper, and now they're on the march.
Pepper, 7-step drop, plenty of time, throws to the far side, and it's almost intercepted, but it is caught, and a first down again. 3 straight plays for a first down. This time it's Chris Braun bringing in the catch. You mentioned Brett Killian being a mainstay on this Vancouver team. He's one of only 2 players, the other being Frank Champion, who have spent all 4 seasons in Vancouver since the team's inception.
Yeah, and I would not let go of a receiver like Brett Killian if I owned a franchise.
Pepper, plenty of time again, and he's going to throw to the near side to Sanchez, but Sanchez is out of bounds, so 2nd down and 10 coming up from the 19-yard line, and much better for Vancouver. They found something working, which is those slant routes and just go routes. I guess the secondary for Vancouver wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, I know, and these are the adjustments that the Legion needed to make to climb back into this one, and so far they're doing great as Pepper's 3 for 4 on this drive.
Pepper, another long drop. This time he's got plenty of time to find an open receiver. 5 yards to the far side. Another completion for Chris Braun, his 2nd straight. And it'll be 3rd down and a manageable 5 with 7:04 to go in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, Chris Braun picking up his 3rd catch, like you said, 2nd in a row. And this is going to be a big 3rd down for the Legion. Any points is better than no points, but they're definitely going to want to pick up this 1st down so they can try to get a touchdown here on this drive. That's been their best so far.
Pepper, short drop, throws, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Tyvon Boyd, the wide receiver, and he just got hung up on his route. Looked like it was going to be a post pattern. And he couldn't get there, so here comes Ashley Finch. Looking to put the first points on the board for Vancouver with a 31-yard field goal attempt. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is away. And right down Main Street from 31 yards, Vancouver on the board. No more goose egg for the Legion. With 6:42 to go in the first half, it's 21-3, Sioux Falls leading. This was a turn in the right direction for the Legion, but eventually they're going to have to start scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, they definitely need to start scoring touchdowns, but almost more importantly, their defense is going to have to start making some stops. They just haven't had an answer for the Sioux Falls offense, and if they're going to give their offense the opportunity to climb back into this one, they're going to have to start making some stops.
The SFL is sponsored by Matt Doyle Designs, the official design partner of the Simulation Football League, as Riley Porter gets up to the 39-yard line. Good return for Porter that time. MediaTek Institute. Visit MediaTek.edu for diploma programs. Turn your passion into your profession. And MeUndies, the world's most comfortable underwear for men and women. Sioux Falls back on the offensive side of the football. First time in the 2nd quarter. Or 2nd time in the 2nd quarter, rather. 6:36 to go in the first half. Tyree over the middle. Easy pitch and catch for 6 yards. Irvine made the tackle along with Champion, as Sean Harrelson picks up another catch.
Yeah, great slant route again. They're just working the middle of the field. Frank Champion makes a good tackle, doesn't let the receiver pick up any more yards, and Frank Champion actually is 9th in total tackles and linebackers so far coming into this game. So great job by him, but they're going to have to really step up and hold Colin Hart.
Well, talk about holding Colin Hart. They didn't really do a good job there. He'll bust forward to midfield, pick up a first down of 5 yards. And most of his work tonight has been through the air, but he's had some pretty impressive runs as well. Also has a running touchdown early in the first quarter. 3 wide, 2 right, single left. Tyree, short drop, gets it to Hart again. One-handed catch out of the backfield, but this time they only get 3 yards as Frank Champion comes across to make the tackle.
Yeah, Colin Hart being worked here early. That's his 6th catch. He's already got 6 rushing attempts. They're going to go to him a lot, but great job by the Vancouver defense not letting him break the first 1 to 3 tackles that he normally does coming out of the flats on a reception. So great job by them wrapping him up and bringing him down.
I formation, 2nd and 7. Hart dotting the I. He'll get the carry, run left, and he's going to get nowhere. Frank Champion hit him in the backfield, and Hart only barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, that was Irvine that hit him in the backfield. Good tackle for loss for Levad Irvine, and a chance for Vancouver's defense to get off scot-free on this drive.
Yeah, and they're really going to need this one. They're going to have to buckle down here on this 3rd down.
3rd and 7, 3 wide for Tyree. Drops back to pass, throws to the far side, and it's incomplete. Tremendous defensive effort there as the pass was intended for A.J. Warren. And Vancouver's defense shows up, and they're going to get the stop and get the ball back without any more points going Sioux Falls' way.
Yeah, and I don't know if A.J. Warren lost track of where the 1st down was in all of this rain, but he ran his route short. Even if that pass was completed, they were still going to have to punt the ball on a 4th and short. But nonetheless, great job by the Vancouver defense getting him off the field like we spoke of. And now it's the offense's turn to try to march back downfield, and we'll see if their adjustments they had made on that previous drive can carry over to this next drive.
That's some good punt coverage on Max Moholt's punt, as Chris Braun is down to the 15-yard line, and Vancouver's going to start deep in their own zone, going to have to drive almost the entire length of the field. 4 minutes 30 to go in the first half. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts. Trips left, single right. Pepper under center on 1st and 10 for Vancouver. Pepper drops to pass. Plenty of time. Just dumps it off to Sanchez, who's going to lose a yard. Good awareness there by Marcellus Morton, the defensive end, who was able to wrap up Sanchez before he could go anywhere.
Yeah, and a really great play by Marcellus. I mean, he came in on the pass rush, and as soon as he saw Pepper dump it, he immediately turned around and was able to make the tackle. I mean, that's a great play by him.
Pepper looking, plenty of time, throws underneath. That pass is caught. And just short of the 1st down marker is Slade Hansen, the tight end, coming across the middle. Good progression by Pepper, but it's going to have to be a 3rd down and short conversion coming up here.
Yeah, and this is going to be a big 3rd down. This offense does not want to go 3 and out after getting the Sioux Falls off the field.
You got a choice here. Do you go Sanchez or do you go Pepper? They go Pepper. Pepper, plenty of time. Stands in, throws to the far side. Double coverage, what a catch! Mickey Martino moves the chains for Vancouver up to the 36-yard line.
Oh my goodness. Not only did Mickey Martino make the catch in double coverage, he was hit and driven out of bounds and was still able to get his foot down. And he's basically telling you, no, that might be catch of the year. Man, great job. Good 1st down by the Vancouver Legion, and now they got a new set of downs here to try to keep this drive going.
From their own 36, Pepper almost got hit there, but he dumps it off to Sanchez. Sanchez almost makes a man miss. Takes 2 defenders to bring him down after a gain of 7. Nick Fargo was there on the stop.
Yeah, great job by Pepper by just hanging in there until the very last second and got the ball off. And Ivan, great running after the catch, and he's gotten his Vancouver offense now in a 2nd and short.
And that's 2 great catches for the Vancouver wide receivers right in the face of Andrew Nyberg so far. 2nd down and 3, approaching midfield at the 43. Handoff, Sanchez fighting through tackles. Can he get there? He's still on his feet, and he's eventually going to be driven down after a gain of 2. Andrew Nyberg came up and made the tackle to maybe atone for his missed deflection on the last play.
Yeah, great running by Ivan. I mean, he's a big running back, and it's not easy to bring him down. And, you know, honestly, I'm surprised that Sioux Falls defenders didn't lose him here in this rain, because that was quite the traffic they were able to get him.
This time they're going to go to Sanchez on 3rd and 1. Has to make a man miss it. He's not going to get there. Great play by A.J. Levy to hold him up for just long enough so the backside defenders could come up and finish the job. And the Vancouver drive ends at their own 45-yard line. And before the punt, I think we're going to have the quick 2-minute warning as the clock runs down to 2. This is the quick 2-minute warning of the first half. Sioux Falls about to get the ball back with 3 timeouts and a 21-3 lead. This is the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube. Stay with us. And a penalty flag. MeUndies laundry on the field. We're going to go see what this is. Oh, it's offsides on Sioux Falls. Unbelievable. The Vancouver drive continues against all possibility. Zen Osaika jumped too early on the punt.
And that is just incredibly unfortunate for the Sparrows. I think they were getting a little antsy and wanted to try to make a big splash play here on special teams, and it's going to cost them. And you definitely don't want to give Vancouver any more opportunities to continue their drive and score any more points. And we'll see if Vancouver can capitalize on a gift from Sioux Falls. 1st
and 10 at midfield. Sanchez going backwards, loses 2 yards. As Quip Design, if I can find the correct thing. Quip Design delivers simple ways to keep your mouth healthy. With Time Vibrations brush head refills for $5, refilled every 3 months. Covered for life with free shipping for life. Use the link posted in your chat and your purchase will help support the SFL through our partnership. Quip, a more wholesome, clean, 2nd and 12 after the loss of 2. 4-man rush for Sioux Falls. Pass goes out to the far side. That pass is complete. Nicky Martino picks up a 4-yard gain, and MeUndies are the world's most comfortable underwear. Visit MeUndies.com/simulationFL for 15% off of your purchase, which will help support the SFL through our partnership. Give the gift of comfort with a 100% satisfaction guarantee, free shipping and returns. Signature soft and stretchy MeUndies. So we got all the ad reads at once here late in the first. Pepper on 3rd and 6 throws, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Killian.
Yeah, unfortunate throw by Pepper. Nobody around, and that's going to kill the drive, and they're not able to capitalize on, like I said earlier, the gift from Sioux Falls, and that's going to be a tough one. And Sioux Falls is going to have one more opportunity to run this score up before halftime.
57 seconds left. Jess Johnston on the field to punt it away from her own 40-yard line. Punt is away cleanly this time. Bounces at the 10, down to the 5, and into the end zone. In the wet conditions, the defender just slipped and slid and couldn't bring the ball to a stop, so Sioux Falls with 80 yards to go and 49 seconds to get there.
Yeah, and the 3 timeouts are going to help them big as they're going to hope to drive downfield and pick up something out of this before halftime.
Or they could just run it up the middle and go into the halftime break with a 21-3 lead. It looks like that might be what they're going to do. But here goes Colin Hart. Colin Hart says, none of your scripts. I'm going straight down the field past the 50 and brought down at the 45, and Sioux Falls calls a timeout.
Just tremendous blocking from this offensive line all the way up the field, springing Colin Hart free for a monster run. And now Sioux Falls up to midfield. And man, this offense is just looking so dangerous right now.
Great chase down from Mark Lopez to prevent the touchdown by Colin Hart. But he did get 35 yards out of it to the Vancouver 45-yard line. 42 seconds to go. Tyree in the gun alone with 4 wide receivers. Quick toss over the middle, and it's incomplete, intended for A.J. Warren.
Yeah, and so far these Sioux Falls Sparrows receivers have done a tremendous job of bringing in the football despite the rain conditions. But right there, the diving catch is tough. In the rain, it's going to be even tougher. Great job either way. But it'll be second down for Sioux Falls.
Yeah, you got one diving catch in the rain for the touchdown earlier. I think 2 might be we're asking a little bit too much of the football gods in these conditions.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line, 39 seconds to go. Tyree short drop over the middle into tight coverage, and that ball hits the turf again. A second straight incompletion, something we haven't seen at all tonight so far, and that pass was intended for Craig Hearn, who couldn't haul it in. Now 3rd and 10.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of incompletions, but great job by Vancouver recognizing another slant route and getting there to break up the pass.
Just 36 seconds remain until the halftime break. 3rd and 10 for Sioux Falls. Tyree in the gun. He'll throw over the middle, and it's incomplete for the 3rd time in a row. Mark Lopez with the knockdown and the tight coverage on Craig Hearn.
Yeah, and after giving up that big run to Colin Hart, Vancouver's defense held strong and is now forcing Sioux Falls into a punt. And great job by them not to allow any more points to go on the board as they're going to go into half.
It's been great for Sioux Falls so far tonight. As the punt is away, received at the 10-yard line by Braun, and Braun only gets to the 13. 24 seconds to go in the first half. As we sort of wind our way towards the end of the first half, what stood out to you the most, Jeremy?
Definitely Sioux Falls offense, just their ability to sustain drives and take care of the ball and be very accurate with the passes.
Pepper from his own 5 floats the ball out there. That's caught on the far side and then driven out of bounds with 18 seconds to go.
Yeah, and I was just wondering if Vancouver was just going to kind of take a couple of runs and go into halftime and make some adjustments, but down 18, they're going to stay aggressive here. They still got 3 timeouts, 18 seconds. They have the ability to get into field goal range, and if I'm Sioux Falls defense, I'm watching Brett Killian on the deep plays.
18 seconds. From their own 33-yard line, Vancouver still has 3 timeouts. They're going to run it with Sanchez, and it looks like that may be the time that we are headed to the break. Here's Sanchez again up the middle. He says, Colin Hart, I can do you one better. And Vancouver calls a timeout because they may be in Hail Mary range.
Yeah, and I'm thinking Andy Hamilton is going to dial up the Hail Mary and just hope and pray as Pepper is going to throw this one deep. And if they can get this, that'll be some momentum going into halftime for sure.
Three seconds to go till the half. Vancouver from their own Vancouver from their own 46. You see Tom Pepper's updated numbers on the screen. They're in the Hail Mary formation. Everybody on the right-hand side plus a tight end. Pepper looks. Pepper under pressure, and he's going to take a sack to end the half. They dialed up the Hail Mary, and there was not enough time for the receivers to get downfield as the sack came through from Tyrone Black. That'll do it for us here in the first half. We'll be back after the break. Sparrows 21, Legion 3. This is the end of the first half. You're watching the Simulation Football League on YouTube Monday night in prime time. Stay with us. Welcome back to Canada Field in Vancouver, British Columbia, and the hometown Legion have some work to do in the second half to come back against the Sioux Falls Sparrows that currently hold a 21-3 lead. Welcome back to the broadcast booth. Michael Trerillo, Jeremy Vega, Mark Lopez on stats, and Jeremy, it's going to be a tough road for the Vancouver Legion, but they did show some flashes of brilliance toward the end of the first half.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're gonna have to come out here, stick to the adjustments they made in the locker room at halftime, and just try to take it to Sioux Falls. I think their passing game was starting to come alive through the second quarter. Their run game still hasn't gotten them anything, as they've had 9 attempts to Sanchez for only 14 yards. That's something they're gonna have to fix. They obviously don't want to just be coming out in 100% pass plays. Not against the Sioux Falls secondary, but we'll see what Vancouver dials up here in the second half.
They'll start from their own 25-yard line, going left to right in the third quarter. Pepper, plenty of time. Now pressure from the backside. He gets it out there, and it's tipped it incomplete. Good tip by Zen Osaika, who was the culprit in a freak offsides play on a punt that Vancouver unfortunately wasn't able to capitalize off of. And we were talking at the break that I've been in the league now for about 5 seasons, and I've never seen that before.
Yeah, real rare, and again, really unfortunate for Vancouver that they couldn't turn that into anything.
2nd and 10 for the Legion. Here's Sanchez, his first part of the quarter. He's going to go right up the middle and find some running room, and he's going to get 8 yards into the teeth of the yellow and black-clad Sparrow defense and setting up a good third down position. 3rd and 2 from the Vancouver 33.
Yeah, I think they may have caught Sioux Falls off guard there. Sioux Falls played a little off of the line, thinking that the Legion have given up on that run, and Sanchez, great job picking up 8 yards.
Pepper, short crossing pattern for a first down. Brett Killian picks up a couple of yards. Vancouver moves the chains at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, another good throw and catch from the Pepper-Killian connection, and now Killian's up to 52 yards on his 4 catches. Quick
shout-outs to Jason, 1347, AJ Levis, Sniper Eagle Eye, Mark Lopez, and everybody else watching us on the SFL network on YouTube. Tonight, we're glad you're joining us on a Monday evening as straight up the middle goes Sanchez for 4 yards on first down up to the Vancouver 41.
Yeah, a great duo tackle by Sioux Falls, and Andrew and Jay Ringgold, apologies, the free safety for Sparrows came up and helped make the hit on that. That was a great job by the safety.
Handoff, Sanchez again makes a man miss in the backfield. Picks up 4, and a second straight 3rd down and 2. And right at the beginning of the game, they tried to ride the Sanchez train to victory, and it didn't quite work out. And now they're back on it here in the second half, and it's working so far.
Yeah, and they can't let Sanchez get derailed here in the second half. They're going to have to continue to feed him, and he's going to have to continue to make moves as he just did on that last run.
3rd and 2, Pepper to pass. Pepper to the far side. Got a man open. That pass is complete and down the field to the Sioux Falls 46 across midfield. Vancouver are using this opportunity to their advantage as Martino picks up a catch.
You know, it was a great play design to get Mickey Martino on the outside, outrunning one of the linebackers for Sioux Falls, and another good first down pickup by this Legion, and they got a good drive going here to open the second half.
So updated numbers for Sanchez on the screen. 1st and 10 here, Sanchez again up the middle, again finding running room for 5 yards. And it's going to be 2nd and 5 at the Sioux Falls 41. Levy had to come up from the safety spot to bring him down.
Yeah, and 5 yards seems like an incredible achievement for Sanchez since he's only averaging 2.5 currently through the first half. And if they can keep that up, they're going to stay really balanced here.
Offset I, 2nd and 5. Only a single receiver out to the right. Sanchez runs offside tackle, and he's got a block, and he's gone down the sideline. Can he get there? No! A great tackle from behind, a touchdown-saving tackle, but that is the ever-scroll-by movement block of the game right there, and how deserving was that block? And we're not going to... Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, great block by the fullback, I believe, springing Sanchez free on the weak side. And so far, this Legion offense are storming downfield, trying to make a statement as they build momentum to climb back into this one.
Handoff up the middle, Sanchez, loss of 1. Everscroll by movement blocks blue light to protect your eyes from digital screens. Don't hurt your eyes by checking out SFL action. Protect them and see every moment by using the promo code SimulationFL at purchase from movement.com. A portion of your purchase supports the SFL through our partnership. Movement, premium watches, sunglasses, and accessories. Second 11 from the Sioux Falls 20. A great drive by, oh, and I just jinxed it as Pepper goes down. A second sack of the day for the Sioux Falls defense. Lennox Sanders actually picks up his second sack.
Yeah, and a great tackle for short yards by A.J. Levy on first down, and now a great sack from the defensive lineman of the Sioux Falls Sparrows on second down, and now they got Vancouver in a 3rd and long, and Vancouver's not particularly the greatest of teams when they're in 3rd and long situations, so we'll see if they can pick this up. If not, they just need to get a couple more yards to give Ashley Finch a chip shot.
3rd and 17, Pepper going for it all, and it's a diving catch is incomplete. Well, he went for the right guy. Brett Killian's been the hot hand for Vancouver tonight, but he was unable to come up with it, and now Ashley Finch looking to come on to double her point total for the evening.
Yeah, and I don't know who Tom Pepper ran into, but he hit somebody in his own backfield and was forced to throw it, kind of stumbling back. And it seemed like he may have overthrown his receivers. If he would have just got a clean pocket and not been interfered by his backfield player, that could have been a better jump ball situation for Brett Killian.
Finch sets up from 43 yards, a little bit of a bobble on the hold, but the kick is away, and it's right down Main Street officially from 42. Ashley Finch has all the points for Vancouver so far. They still trail 21-6.
Yeah, great kick by Ashley Finch here in the rain, putting her at 16 for 16 on the season. She's one of 4 kickers in the league who have not missed through 10 weeks of SFL action, so great job for her.
And the SFL is proudly sponsored by Movement. Premium watches, sunglasses, and accessories. Quip, perfect oral care delivered. ScoreStream, the official score updates app of the SFL. And Spygoat, the sound choice for sound reinforcement, as Riley Porter brings the return back up to the Sioux Falls 28. First chance for the Sparrows offense to show themselves in the second half. And if it's anything like the first half, it's going to be a fun show to watch.
Yeah, fun show if you're a Sparrows fan, and if you're a Vancouver fan, you're just hoping your defense can make another stop and give your offense, who was looking pretty good on their first drive, another shot here.
Tyree under center, gonna hand it off to Colin Hart, who is arguably the best player of anybody in the first half, and he's gonna stiff arm 2 people and get 13 yards and a first down out to the 41-yard line. He's averaging 8.2 yards a carry.
Yeah, and with that great, powerful run by Colin Hart, he is now up over the 1,000-yard mark here on his season. That's back-to-back seasons with 1,000 yards rushing for this guy, and man, I guarantee the Sioux Falls organization is so happy to have him.
Picked him up in the rookie draft at the beginning of last year, and immediately Colin Hart has paid dividends again this season. Congratulations to him for hitting 1,000 yards. He's going to continue his streak now. He's got 1,004 as he gets 4 yards off the right side, tackled by Irvine.
Yeah, and he's celebrating a little bit there after that run. You can bet anything that Sioux Falls has continued to feed him in the ground game and the pass game, and so far it's been working for him here tonight.
Tyree under center. 2-step drop, plenty of pressure, and the pass is out there quickly and knocked away. Dante West, that's the second one of those passes he's knocked down in the flat tonight. And he's had quietly one of the better games on this Vancouver defense as West.
Yeah, West picking up his 10th pass deflection on the season, and he's really got an for that tight end in the flats out of that heavy formation by Sioux Falls. And if Sioux Falls isn't careful, he may take one of those to the house.
3rd down and 6. Vancouver really needs a stop here. 5:34 to go, 3rd quarter. Now they're not going to give him the stop. It's a beautiful dart over the middle to Riley Porter. 1st down and more across midfield to the Vancouver 45.
Yeah, and I don't know what Sioux Falls did during the week to prep their receivers for catching these passes in the rain over the middle while taking a hit. But so far, great job by them, and they're continuing to pick up 1st downs.
Another long pass over the middle, this time in double coverage, and it's caught. Unbelievable. This time it's A.J. Warren in the revolving door of targets that Julian Tyree has to work with. It's no wonder he's got one of the most efficient passer ratings in the league.
Yeah, and that one came out a little wobbly, probably due to the rain, but great job by Julian Tyree spreading the ball around to all of his weapons. Outside of Craig Hearn, his 3 receivers each have 3+ catches, and Colin Hart's at 6.
Tyree again. Gonna throw short underneath to Hart, and Hart's gonna get 8 yards. And if I haven't said it today, and I don't remember if I have, a very happy birthday to Vancouver safety and fellow broadcaster Gus Schultz, who's out there on the field trying to get a stop right now. Handoff, Colin Hart, he's easily going to pick up the 1st down and more. Breaks one tackle and needs Frank Champion to bring him down at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Colin Hart wishing Gus Schultz a happy birthday in his own way with a truck out here in the open. And Gus Schultz just didn't stand a chance against Colin Hart and poor Gus Schultz. But nonetheless, happy birthday, Gus.
And also a happy birthday to another fellow broadcaster, Rick Northrup. So it's SFL birthday day all over the league. As Sioux Falls tries to extend their lead. 1st and 10 from the 10. They can get a 1st down inside the 1, and that's the first time that I can remember that Colin Hart's been stopped short of a gain as Richmond makes the tackle for no gain.
Yeah, it's another great tackle by Richmond, his 2nd of the game for Vancouver, and as you said, really rare to see Colin Hart stopped at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and goal from the 10, 3 minutes 20 and counting to go in the 3rd. A little over 3 minutes on the drive so far for Sioux Falls. Tyree to the end zone and put it on the board again. Sioux Falls, easy as 1, 2, 3, another touchdown for the Sparrows.
That's going to be Riley Porter's 2nd touchdown, and I don't know what move he put on that defender, but he made him fall down, and he was just able to easily bring that one in for his 2nd touchdown of the game. Julian Tyree up to 3 touchdowns in the game, and sticking with his completion percentage, he's at 75.8 with 218 yards. Julian Tyree is putting on a show here in Vancouver, and he may be putting the league on notice that they could be picking up their fourth straight win here on the road against a tough Vancouver team. And watch out, SFL.
Prefontaine's extra point is up and good. It was a lot less spectacular than Riley Porter's 1st touchdown catch. If you were not watching in the 1st half, you're going to have to go back and watch it again. He looked like a Olympic trampoline competitor, twisting and diving through the air and barely getting a foot in bounds at the back of the end zone. You got to go watch it again if you haven't seen it. But they all count for the same number of points. And right now, Sioux Falls has got a healthy 28-6 lead with 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
And an Olympic trampolinist, huh? That's one of the better descriptive words of a receiver's catch I've ever heard, Michael Trulio. That's why you're one of the best play-by-play commentators in the game.
That's what it looked like to me. I don't know. You could find your own descriptive words. I think anything will do.
No, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I really like that.
Vancouver trying to get something going on offense. 1st and 10 for their own 32-yard line. 3 receivers left, single right. Pepper going to throw that way down the field, and it's knocked away. That's John Barnhart with the one-on-one pass knockdown. And I do want to highlight John Barnhart here for a minute. The rookie picked up in the draft, a first-round pick, number 13, and he's quietly, or maybe not so quietly, making his case for Rookie of the Year. 13 tackles, 14 pass deflections, 6 interceptions, good for third in the league, are his season stats so far. 2nd and 10 for Vancouver from their own 32. Handoff to the right side. Sanchez makes 1 man miss, makes 2 men miss, makes 3 men miss. It's the 5th defender that finally brings him down for midfield. An impressive run by Sanchez gives Vancouver a new set of downs.
Yeah, and Ivan Sanchez going bulldozer mode here, able just trucking these Sioux Falls Sparrows defenders who are typically really good at wrapping up defenders on first contact, but Sanchez trying to will this offense back to life and get his team to climb back into this one.
1st and 10, right at the midfield stripe. Pepper in the shotgun. Haven't seen much shotgun from either quarterback tonight, but he's going to throw to the far side. That pass is complete, gives 6 yards to Brett Killian.
Yeah, and that Pepper-Killian connection's been there for some time. Pepper wasn't on the Vancouver squad last season, but looks like him and Killian picked up right where they left off from a couple seasons ago, and that's something that's not going to die out, and that's something they're going to need to continue to go to try and get back into this one.
Tom Pepper spent 1 season in Indianapolis before coming back north of the border. Here's Sanchez again picking up a first down, a good 6-yard pickup to the 38.
And Sanchez having a much better second half than he did the first half. I think he had 9 yards or 14 yards on 9 attempts, and he's up to 17 attempts on 81 yards. So he's really picked it up here, almost doubled his yards per carry. And Vancouver really needs to capitalize on these drives that they're doing a great job of building up.
Pepper over the middle, incomplete. It was into a swarm of Sparrow defenders, and Parker knocked it away from Brett Killian.
Yeah, and Sioux Falls linebacker of Nick Fargo and Parker are one of the best pass deflecting duos in the SFL. They combined for 14 pass deflections, now up to 15.
2nd and 10, trips left, single right, Pepper back under center. 5-step drop. He's going to dump it off to Sanchez with some room to run, but he can't get by the first defender and will only pick up 1 yard. So now, after a pretty good drive from Vancouver, it's in danger of stalling out here just outside of field goal range. A 3rd and 9 coming up.
Yeah, you know, interesting play call there. I mean, I don't know if they were intending on dumping it to the flats to pick up just some yards and make a shorter 3rd down, but I would have just ran the ball.
Pepper looking under pressure. 3rd sack of the game for Sioux Falls. He's going to go down back at the 46-yard line, and that'll stall the drive. Marcellus Morton has 3 sacks. It's a hat trick for the defensive tackle.
Yeah, and that's one Pepper's going to want back. Not a sack you want to take there on 3rd down when you're once again putting together a solid drive. And now their comeback is going to have to start here in the 4th quarter. 33
seconds and counting is now Johnston punting from inside our own 40-yard line, trying to pin Sioux Falls deep. Bounces at the 10, at the 5, down to the 3. That's a beautiful punt down to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, and that's a great start. Great job by the punter there. And Sioux Falls, they're going to have to try to get out of the back of their own end zone, not take a safety here.
From the shadow of their own end zone at the 2, with 22 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Tyree under center. Look for a heavy dose of Colin Hart here. But no, Tyree going to pass. He's under pressure. He slings it out there. Sidearm, and it's caught in the air as the ref takes a tumble. Craig Hearn gets them out of trouble with style.
Yeah, and first time we've called Craig Hearn all night, and what a big catch there on a jump ball. Great job by bringing it in despite taking a big hit. And Sioux Falls doing a good job of getting out of the deep territory they were in.
3 quarters in the books. Put your 4s up in the chat. We've got 1 to go Can Vancouver climb their way out of a hole, or will Sioux Falls put the nail in the coffin? Find out next. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Stay with us. Once again, I'm your play-by-play commentator Michael Cirillo, joined in the booth by Jeremy Vega, Mark Lopez in the stats truck, and a big shout out to Lopez. It's been really hard to see for us, and even harder for him to try and work out who's making every tackle and every catch, so thanks to him for doing the dirty work tonight. Is what's more rare than a Colin Hart run for no gain? A Colin Hart run for a loss of 2, but we just saw it right there, 2nd down and 12. They're going to try Hart again on the left side, and again he's stifled. He's going to gain one of those yards back. But now 3rd and 11, and Vancouver with a strong defensive stand here could win themselves good field position.
Yeah, something they're definitely going to need, and great job by their defense swarming to Colin Hart on consecutive plays, bringing him down for a total of -1 yard. Not something you see every day.
It's going to be on the arm of Julian Tyree. He's got 4 receivers to choose from, 3 of them bunched to the left and 1 single one right. He's going to take a 7-step drop. He's going to throw to the far side, right to the first down marker, and it's caught at a 1st down and more to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, and Julian Tyree completely taking the freaking crowd out of it with a huge 1st down play, and Sioux Falls just continue to make clutch play after clutch play, and Vancouver really looking for a stop here.
A.J. Warren made the catch to extend the drive, and now in the pocket again, dumps it short, and going backwards is the receiver. That was Craig Hearn, or rather J.J. McGee. And that's,
yeah, J.J. McGee. Sorry, go ahead.
That's a situation you never want to find yourself in as a receiver.
Yeah, no, not running backwards. That is his 4th reception in the game, so he's been doing pretty good with what he's been given today.
Handoff, Hart up the middle, dragging a defender, and it takes 2 more to bring him down after a gain of 6.
Yeah, and Colin Hart has got to be wearing this defense down with just broken tackle after broken tackle. He's one of the hardest runners in the SFL.
You see Dante West matched up one-on-one with A.J. Ward out there on the far side. 3rd and 4, 8:38 to go and counting in the 4th quarter. A jumping pass from Tyree's intercepted. It puts the blemish on an almost perfect day, and Frank Champion takes the ball back for the Legion.
Yeah, and that's going to be a monster play by their star linebacker, Frank Champion, picking up his 1st interception on the season and killing a Sioux Falls drive. And this is where it starts for the Vancouver Legion. You have to turn this turnover into points if you're gonna make a comeback here in the 4th quarter.
They'll start in Sioux Falls territory. Pepper and company at the 44-yard line. Trips left, single right. 8 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the ball game. Pepper looks, throws, wide open over the middle is Chris Braun. 15 yards and a 1st down to the 30. And that's how you start a drive if you want to get back into a ball game.
Yeah, and great play design to bring Chris Braun underneath the streaking tight end who's pushing the Sioux Falls defenders backwards. And that's, as you said, it's a great start on this drive here.
That was tight end Slade Hansen. He has 1 catch tonight, but he served a better purpose on that play by just blocking and making sure the lane was open. 1st and 10, Pepper to pass. Pepper underneath. That pass is complete. And it's going to be a 4-yard gain. Tackled by Nick Fargo on Mickey Martino.
And Pepper, you know, he's put up almost 2,600 yards in the season. He's currently ranked 6th in passing yards, so he has the ability to put those numbers up, and they're going to need that here in the 4th quarter, being down 3 possessions.
Trips left, single right. They're going to run it with Sanchez. He's got nowhere to go, and he's going to be bottled up and lose 4 yards. An interesting play call backfires for the Legion as a big tackle for loss that time by Alex Parker.
Yeah, and do you think it's too early to abandon the run with Sanchez, even though he's having a great second half?
I don't know. It's a decision that Andrew Hamilton and company were going to have to make, but Pepper going for it all third down. Moves the chains inside this 20-yard line. Chris Braun in double coverage extends the Legion drive and keeps their hopes alive.
And another big catch by Chris Braun, their third-string receiver, who doesn't get a lot of opportunities, but when he does, he makes the best of them. And now he's got a second first down on this drive for the Vancouver Legion offense.
Handoff, Sanchez, left side. He's got a block, and he's got 9 yards down to the 8-yard line, and that is where Sanchez can come in handy, even with the clock winding down against you, is the red zone situations. Now it's second and 1.
And yeah, short second down for Vancouver. They're 8 yards to get a touchdown. No more field goals for them.
There's Sanchez again, looking to pick up 1 yard, but he's going to go back 4. Hit in the backfield and dropped. Nick Fargo making the tackle for loss. All the linebackers getting in on the action, and now 3rd and 5 from what was a 2nd and 1.
Yeah, big tackle behind the line of scrimmage for Nick Fargo, picking up his 10th tackle for a loss. He was ranked 7th coming into this game.
3rd and 5. Pepper gonna try it with his arm over the middle, caught, and a first down to the 6-yard line. Pepper's been coming in clutch when he's needed to on this drive, and that's a catch by Gene Eric, his first of the game, and what a time to grab it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Pepper once again on 3rd down, finding the open receiver, hanging tough in the pocket, and Vancouver 6 yards away from their first touchdown of the game.
Pepper looks to the end zone, and his yard short is Mickey Martino. Pepper led him too far. He had plenty of room to run. 2nd and goal from the 1.
And Mickey Martino doing a great job today. 5 receptions on 5 targets. He's playing perfect. He's only got 38 yards, but a couple of his catches have been big-time first downs. And now he's got his team 1 yard away. Vancouver knocking on the door, hoping to get a touchdown right here.
Sanchez in the backfield, but he's the only one there. They've got it spread out for Pepper. Pepper, plenty of time over the middle, put it on the board. Vancouver finally has a touchdown, and the crowd erupts with noise here at Canada Field. It's Mickey Martino with the grab.
Yeah, great play design on crossing routes, confusing the Sparrows linebackers, not necessarily knowing who to pick up, and Mickey Martino capitalizes for the first Vancouver touchdown of the game, and Vancouver has some life. 5 minutes to go, down 2 possessions, they still are in this game.
Ashley Finch on for the extra point. And the snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up and good. Tack on the extra point. It is 28-13 the score. 4:54 to go in the 4th quarter. This is the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube and IOU. The score stream out of town scoreboard. I am a quarter late with this because the action has been so back and forth. Right now, in other parts of the league, Alaska's up big on Chicago 45-7. Dallas and Carolina are locked in a tight one in the 4th quarter. It's 21-17. And Las Vegas has gapped Indianapolis late in the 3rd quarter. That's 28-3. From earlier in the weekend, Tallahassee came up short against Houston 42-31. Tallahassee could be wavering down the stretch here. Mexico City looking strong as they put San Francisco in their rearview mirror 31-10. I'll find the correct sentence eventually. As 1st and 10, Tyree over the middle, diving catch incomplete. From Saturday, Baltimore was all over Queen City 28-9. From Sunday in the afternoon, Oklahoma City compounded the misery for St. Louis 36-14. Tulsa and London played a barn burner 40-37. Tulsa came out on top, and New Orleans toppled Denver 47-23. That's the out-of-town scoreboard presented by ScoreStream, the official live scoring app of the Simulation Football League. And I missed a big play, unfortunately. It's 2nd down and 10 for the Sparrows inside Vancouver territory. And now it's 3rd down and 10 as that pass play went nowhere to Portis.
Yeah, and the first completion to Portis when Dante West was smothering him. 1 for 3 on that play. And Vancouver, big 3rd down, biggest of the game for them. They got to get the Sparrows off the field.
3rd and 10 from the Vancouver 40. Maybe the most important defensive play of the game for Vancouver. One-on-one coverage. It's picked off! Somebody went up there and got it. I can't see who it was through the rain, but Vancouver has a new lease on life. It's Mark Lopez with the huge interception.
Yeah, huge may be an understatement. Last drive, Vancouver intercepted Julian Tyree and brought it down for 7 points. And they got to do that again after a big-time Mark Lopez interception. Vancouver has life, and so does this crowd here late in the 4th quarter.
Sniper Eagle Eye with the godlike prediction in the chat. He predicted it before the snap, and it came true. Vancouver now back on offense. Pepper and company working from their own 37-yard line. He's going to throw to the near side. It was too far in front of Chris Braun. He did hang on to the catch, but it was only 3 yards. The clock runs now down under 4 minutes to go. Up-tempo offense for Vancouver. Here's Pepper. Throws it short to Sanchez. Plenty of running room, but now it collapses down. Now it didn't gain anything. 3rd down and 7 from the 40. Pepper's got to get it here. 3rd and 7. Braun, plenty of room. Can he make the tackle? Man, miss? No, he can't. A beautiful tackle by Nyberg. Denying Chris Braun a 1st down. It's 4th and 1.
Yeah, and that's tough for Chris Braun going up against Nyberg one-on-one. Nyberg's probably going to win that on a smaller receiver like Chris Braun. But great catch and a huge 4th down right here.
4th and 1. Can they pick it up? Pepper. Play action. Throws out to the far side. Caught by Martino into Sioux Falls territory at the 43. Play action worked to perfection that time.
Yeah, and probably the best call from Andrew Hamilton here in this game. On a 4th and 1, they'd run a play action to Sanchez, buying Pepper and these receivers enough time to get open and pick up a 1st down. And that's absolutely huge to keep this drive alive for Vancouver.
I didn't even know the play action was in the Vancouver playbook. They hadn't pulled it out all game. Now 1st and 10 from inside Sioux Falls territory at the 43. 3 minutes, 11 seconds to go in regulation. Dump off to Sanchez, but he's going backwards. He's going to lose 4 yards. They're going to try to get everybody back to the line safely. They'll want to use their timeouts before the 2-minute warning, but that is 60 seconds away from now. Pepper on 2nd and 14. Here as he throws down the field. Tipped it incomplete. A.J. Levy with the knockdown. And that'll stall the clock with 2:55 to go.
Yeah, and not a place you want to throw the ball into double coverage with A.J. Levy, who's lurking. I don't really know who A.J. Levy is, but great play. And Tom Pepper's going to be set up in a 3rd and 14 here.
Well, he's the safety for Sioux Falls. That's who A.J. Levy is. 3rd down and 14. If you thought the last 3rd down was tense, this one is 10 times more tense. 4 receivers, 3 bunts to the left, and a single one to the right. Pepper, 7-step drop pressure coming, he goes down! What a time to take a sack! Lennox Sanders has his 2nd sack of the game. Oh, that is a drive collapser. The air has gone out of this building.
Yeah, and I can't believe Vancouver's. This is going to be a huge I mean, I don't know how they're going to pick this up, but we'll see what happens.
Pepper over the middle, caught on 4th and 23. A respectable effort. They got 13 yards, but Mickey Martino is not able to pick up the 1st down. It's going to be a turnover on downs to Sioux Falls. And the offensive line, They've been pretty solid all game, but the fourth sack for Sioux Falls spelled doom for the Vancouver Drive and maybe their hopes of getting back into this game. 2 minutes, 28 seconds to go. Vancouver still has all 3 timeouts, but look to see a heavy dose of Colin Hart on this drive. Sioux Falls from their own 40. Tyree over the middle, incomplete. He was looking for Anderson.
Yeah, and despite being up and probably needing to run the clock out, Julian Tyree is going to continue to throw. He's thrown 2 interceptions on back-to-back drives here. I think they're going to want to just give it to Colin Hart and really take care of the ball and not let Vancouver in it.
Here's the power run formation on 2nd and 10. And they will give it to Colin Hart. He'll lose a yard. But I don't think that really matters to Sioux Falls right now. The clock will run, and that should take us to the quick 2-minute warning of the second half.
Yeah, another good stop in the backfield by the Vancouver defense. We'll see if they can get this Sioux Falls Sparrows team off the field here on 3rd down coming up.
That'll take us to the quick 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here at Canada Field, a rainy, wet, and cold Canada Field, and it's not been the greatest day out for the Vancouver Legion or their fans. They trailed 28-13, and after a drive went south that potentially could have gotten them back within a score, the air has been let out of this building, and some fans even walking towards the exits. Tyree on 3rd and 11. Pumps, then throws underneath. It's caught and going the wrong way is Harrelson. Or, sorry, Warren, rather, made the catch. He got 3 yards on the play. And it's going to be 4th and 10.
And besides going the wrong way, he runs out of bounds, saving Vancouver a timeout. There's still 2 minutes to go in this game. He's got to get down and let Vancouver burn a timeout, or let them burn 40 seconds. But either way, good job Vancouver defense, and they're gonna have another shot at trying to get this one just a little bit closer.
Moholt punts it away, and it's returned up to the 30-yard line by Braun. They still have all 3 timeouts. They got to get 2 touchdowns. With 1:46 to go, wilder things have happened.
Yeah, and with the way the Vancouver offense is played here in the second half, I mean, they do have a good shot. I mean, if we're talking about the first half offense, I might write it off. But second half, they've been great. Just a couple of bad, unfortunate plays have cost them drives, but we'll see what they can do here.
Pepper, deep drop, throws to the near side. That's Killian, who'll pick up 7 yards, step out of bounds, only burn 4 seconds off the clock. 6 catches, 65 yards for Killian, a respectable day, but not the day the rest of his team would want.
No, he's made a couple of flashy plays, a couple of first downs as well. No big plays like we're used to him, but hey, you may see one right here.
2nd and 3. Pepper hit as he throws. Sanchez had nowhere to go. Lost a yard as he stepped out of bounds. 3rd and 5 with 1:38 to go.
Yeah, and just unfortunate Pepper out of bounds there. They did stop the clock, but he did have some room to run up the field and possibly pick up a first down and still get out of bounds. But another 3rd down.
3rd and 5. Pepper back to pass. 3 ran in his face. He bombs it down the field. Oh, it's caught! Brett Killian put it on the board. Touchdown from absolutely nowhere. A 66-yard bomb.
Oh my goodness. I just got done saying it a couple of plays ago. Brett Killian has the big play, deep threat ability, and Pepper just with a cannon throw, getting it downfield to Brett Killian, who burns his cornerback and walks in the end zone. And don't go anywhere yet, as Vancouver is now 1 possession away from tying this game. What a play.
Once again, it's Andrew Nyberg on the short end of the stick defensively. As Ashley Finch is on to make this a one-possession game. Vancouver would still be down a touchdown and a two-point conversion. It is 28-20 with a minute 30 to go. Now the question is, Jeremy, do you onsides kick it and potentially give Sioux Falls good field position, or do you kick it away and play defense with 3 timeouts?
Oh, you absolutely go for the onside kick. You got to give yourself every chance to get back into this one. I mean, you still got 3 timeouts. You can still make a stop.
Here's the onsides kick. It's going to go right into the hands of Sioux Falls. Turin James, the backup wide receiver playing special teams, made the catch look easy, and now Vancouver's going to have to get a defensive stop if they want to get back in this game.
Yeah, and the reason you go for it there is because regardless, if Sioux Falls picks up a first down, it's game. So whether they're back at their 20 or they're up at your 40, either way you want to give yourself an extra chance of picking up that ball.
Tyree throws, wants to end it right here. It's picked off for the 3rd time in the second half. Unbelievable. If you don't get the onside kick, just take it away on the next play. Mark Lopez with his 2nd interception of the ball game.
And I don't know what Sioux Falls is doing throwing it there, but I can see the Vancouver fans rushing back into the stadium to get their seats back, because this one is going to be tight going down the stretch as Vancouver, now with 3 timeouts, a minute 24, have a chance to at least score a touchdown and put themselves in position to tie the game. Tremendous job by Mark Lopez picking up his 2nd interception.
1st and 10 for Vancouver. Pepper looks. Pepper throws over the middle. Caught, and 1st down and more to Killian. They're not going to burn a timeout yet. They're at their own 34-yard line. They're going to go up tempo. I've seen this before. Vancouver was in this position last season at home against Alaska. They had a drive to win the game, as they do now to tie it. That pass is incomplete as it was knocked away by Barnhart. The end result of that drive was an incomplete pass in the end zone with 1 second to go. So Vancouver is not a stranger to intense 4th quarter finishes, and it looks like we've got another one on our hands here this evening. A minute 4 to go. Vancouver at their own 34-yard line. Pepper to throw. Pepper pressured. He gets the pass away as he gets hit, and it's picked off! And there's your ball game. Pepper went for everything and came up with nothing.
Yeah, and once again, the pressure by the front 4 linemen of the Sparrows have just resulted in another drive ending for Vancouver. And that one, you know, the big hit plus the rain, that ball looked like it just came out of Pepper's hand wrong and went straight to a defender, unfortunately. But Vancouver still has a chance to get the ball back with their 3 timeouts.
Well, a 1st down would mean the end of the ball game. Colin Hart is running that way, makes a man miss, and he's got another block, and he's down the sideline. 20, 15, and down to the 13, and there is your football game.
Yeah, just a tremendous run to just end the game by Colin Hart. He's got great blocking all the way upfield, and that's going to be the reason Sioux Falls win this, is on the back of Colin Hart with his 46 receiving yards, 100+ game on the ground, and good job by Sioux Falls. And they're up to a 4-game win streak as they, for the first time all season, get above 500. Now sitting at 5-4.
We do have a final for you from across the league as the Sioux Falls Sparrows go into the victory formation. Carolina falls at Dallas 31-20. The Skyhawks are officially eliminated from playoff contention. A surprise, considering they were a playoff team last year and were a threat to win it all. They didn't get that as far as they wanted to in the playoffs, but still had a respectable season and a down year from the red and blue this time around. And we're going to wrap it up from Canada Field here in just a moment as Vancouver runs through the rest of their timeouts, it's just about time to announce our Expedition Everest Player of the Game. Or Extraordinary Everest, rather, Player of the Game. And
who would you give it to?
I would give it... It's probably going to go to Julian Tyree, but I would give it to Colin Hart. He did a lot of the heavy lifting for Sioux Falls today, picked up a rushing touchdown and a couple of long runs to take chunks off the clock or put the Vancouver defense on its heels.
Yeah, you know, like you said, Julian Tyree in the first half, absolutely. Julian Tyree in the second half, he threw 3 picks in the second half. A lot of bad throws from him coming late in the game. So I'm with you. I'm going to give it to Colin Hart. He almost had 150 yards rushing on the day.
As Sioux Falls, they're going to have to snap this. They're going to set up for a misery compiler field goal. As Prefontaine's kick is no good. Missed it wide left. As the left-footed kicker shanked it in the pouring rain. It was about 1.5 foot clear of the left upright. Well, Vancouver has the ball back.
Yeah, and I think about everybody wrote the game off, and if you believe in miracles, this could be it right here for you.
Well, 4 seconds left. This is the last play of the ball game. Pepper back to pass. Pepper is going to go near side, and they didn't get out of bounds in time. Killian makes the catch, but the time hits triple zeros. The Sioux Falls Sparrows survive a furious Vancouver Legion comeback. They improved to 5-4 with a 28-20 victory on the road. The Legion dropped to 4-5, not out of the woods yet, but pretty much going to have to win out to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and with Vancouver having 3 games left on the schedule, they're not facing any of the top teams in the league currently, so they have a chance. I think they played Denver twice, but Denver's been on a 2-game slide and looking vulnerable. So they have a chance to still win out, and Vancouver's no stranger to being under pressure and pulling through to grab a playoff spot. So I wouldn't count them out just yet.
Sioux Falls has been a perennial playoff powerhouse, but have never broken through to win that coveted trophy. Will this be their year? Who knows, but they have been on a tear the last couple of weeks. That'll do it from us here in the SFL broadcast booth. From Mark Lopez on stats, Jeremy Vega, my partner in the booth tonight, I've been your play-by-play commentator, Michael Cirillo, saying good night and see you next time.